Alright, here we are at part 2. This is my third vintage audio setup in my living room. This has a very nice Sony receiver. And I like the Optonica I showed you earlier so much. I bought another one off of eBay. Really like the design and sound of this was Sharp's top of the line equipment, and they did a fantastic job. But anyways, I'll move along here. These are, if you're wondering, these are some Bic SoundSpan speakers. I found these at a flea market for $60. These are the Model 200s, and the sound, 360 degree sound. And I know I'm not doing it justice by having it up against the fireplace there, but those speakers are equivalent to Klipsch's I have had, so those are fantastic. So let's go in my bedroom real quick. I have another console or two. This is one of my other favorite ones here. I purchased on Craigslist. This is a Grundig. One of the top of the line models. This one was blowing fuses, so it needs total restoration, so I've never been able to play it. I have pulled out the tube amp, and it needs new filter caps. That's why it was blowing the fuses. And I'm going to recap the preamp and the main amp and restore it. This one has a dual turntable. A little dirty in there. I haven't even cleaned this one up or done anything to it. But the cabinet's in really nice shape. Nice teak wood. You can see it has two 10-inch woofers there. Of course, other speakers here. This one even has the built-in reel-to-reel. Even came with the original Grundig microphones. Has a lot of reel-to-reels that came with it, and all the books. Now, I have played the reels, and it's funny because it's the family. When they bought this brand new, they were recording themselves at dinner. And it was a brand new unit, and they talked about the unit, so that was really cool to find that reel in the machine. So I paid $100 for it. At the time I was just getting into the consoles and kind of went nuts over it, but the fact that it doesn't work and needs total restoration, probably wouldn't buy it now for the $100, but I'm glad I have it. Because sometimes I find deals like this one. I'm not super crazy about non-tube consoles. But my brother was at a Goodwill and found this 1965 Magnavox. The cabinet was pretty toast, and you can still see it has 2 or 3 places there that I need to try to fix. But I did do a Howard's restoration on it, and it came out just gorgeous. I actually used a little darker cherry in it, and it's a lot more cherry than it looks in this video. Anyways, this one I completely, this is what I do to my restorations here. I completely remove the entire chassis, recap it. This one's had all the light bulbs replaced. I replaced the pilot light. And let me turn this one on real quick. And turn it off. And all new light bulbs, align the tuner, new capacitors, polish the glass so it looks like brand new. Completely pulled, dismantled the turntable, polished, clean everything. Re-lube it, all new grease and everything. I have about 700 NOS needles and some cartridges, so I pretty much get lucky and have everything I need. So this one's got a brand new needle, the cartridge is good. And it sounds good. It's not my tube consoles, but it sounds very nice. It had $30 on it. My brother called me, says, "Did you want it?" I was like, wow, I've got so many. And then a manager came out while we were on the phone and said, "Did you know that was half off today?" So for $15, then it was a no-brainer. So $15, about 3 hours worth of work, maybe $8 in parts, and very nice. This one here was another flea market find, $20. When I saw this, I thought probably what you're thinking now, Magnavox, right? The Magnavox has the, was famous for the big woofers on the side, the horn tweeters in the front. So I was really surprised to open this up and see that it's a Westinghouse. So this is a Westinghouse. I'm not sure of the year. I think about 62 or 3. It is all tube model, which of course that's the reason I really wanted it. The FM did not work. It's working now. I repaired that. This has the 50 C5 output tubes, so I was like, nothing super great. It has a BSR turntable. Had to completely rebuild that, and this thing will blow you away. It's fairly small in size, a lot smaller than the Magnavox, but the sound is unbelievable. Very happy with that. And over here's another vintage audio setup. I'll pass on this for time's sake. And over here, some more vintage audio. My infamous KLH speakers, Girard turntables, and we'll run out in the garage here. This is a mess. I haven't cleaned it in a while, but this is where I work on and have some other consoles. Another vintage audio setup. Old JVC cassette player, Yamaha record player, some old Sony speakers there. I thought they were Sansuis when I bought them, but they're Sonys. And I got a Technics receiver here. This one I picked up for $10. The lady called this a speaker. This is not a speaker. This is a 1958 Fisher Consolette, I believe model 60. They featured two Consolettes. No, model 61, I'm sorry. There was a 51 and a 61. And this is the 61. This one, I'm restoring it now. I'm almost done with it. This one looked and smelled like someone put it in a barn. It was just horrible. And I've completely disassembled it. And here I've redone the glass, recapped it, new lights. I got to polish the knobs. Rebuilt the Girard turntable. And this one sounds fantastic. So I've got to finish putting that one back together. And over here is the model 51 Fisher. The little guy right there. That one's just a record player, Girard. I need to restore that. It does work on one speed only. It does sound good, but I need to recap it. Both of them are 6BQ5. This Fisher that I was just talking about has the original Telefunken. I think that Fisher did use some Telefunken tubes. And let's see, this is my little cart. This Fisher was $10, and the girl at the flea market gave me this. It's hard to see here. This is a 1948 RCA for $30. It hums. It's going to need some work. AM FM. It's a little too dark. Turntable in there. I'll feature this one when I get ready to restore it. I do pictures and audio and video on all my restorations. This is a 1937 Philco I'm doing for a friend of mine. It's almost done. More KLH speakers. This is my work area, my oscilloscope, Variac, signal generator. That's full of tubes and capacitors. There's tubes up there, and that cabinet there has about 800 NOS tubes in it, some up in the boxes. This one was my brother's. He gave me. I'm working on. It's under cover here. I've got it apart, as you can see. This is a 1962 Magnavox console with a television. It's a black and white, and I thought it would be cool to play some of the old shows through this. So I'm going to clean up this chassis. I've already got the capacitors for it. I'm going to put in probably some JJ 6BQ5 match tubes. I have an NOS 5U4 rectifier, so I'm going to rebuild this chassis. I'm going through the preamp now, testing all resistors, tubes. This is the multiplex adapter for FM stereo. And then I'm going to work on the television. I don't have any experience on working on the televisions, but this one looks pretty simple. Not sure with the lighting here if you can see the cabinet. No, probably not. But I'll feature a video on this one. The cabinet is in beautiful shape, so I definitely want to restore that. This is a Zenith. I forgot the year of this one. This is my dad's Zenith. Actually features a record player. I believe this to be about a 46 or 7, maybe a 48. But I've got the chassis out there. It has the famous, or the wire, and they use rubberized wire, and they deteriorate over time, and then the wire touches each other, and that's the end of it. So I got to rewire that. There's a little Telefunken tabletop over there, and a parts console there. So, well, I'm running out of time, but I just wanted to show you. I think I got them all. Oh, here's real quick. Here's a nice silver tone I just purchased. Isn't that pretty? I'm not really into the blonde, but when I saw this, I had to have it. 35 bucks. Said it worked. I plugged it in. It did not work, so I got it for 25. Of course, I've already pulled it apart, rebuilt the motor, and new bushings and everything. And it is very clean. and I was surprised how nice it sounds. You know, you get used to these larger consoles and the big sound, so you think this is going to be horrible, but this has a beautiful sound. So I got to find a place for that in my house. So, alright, that's it, and I'll feature videos on these individually. Thanks for watching.